Start streaming. Like, oh yeah, it's starting now.
Happy days.
Live. Yeah, we are live. There's no one here at the moment, but
that's absolutely fine.
we will. I didn't notify anyone, so yeah, we'll just start anyway. We are starting a couple of hours late, so that's
my bad. I apologise.
That is topical.
Just like the event.
So for those who aren't watching live, I'll do a proper intro. What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. I have a very special one. I have Craig, Stephen, and Usman with me. They were the judges at the UK Games Expo last weekend, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone. Just big thank you for all of your hard work over the two events.
No problem. We did the best we could to make sure you guys had the event you deserved.
Yeah, it was. There were some teething issues, but
yes.
But yes, just thank you all for the work, because I know it just seemed to be all dumped on your lap, didn't it?
And none of us actually have ever done that before. None of us have actually judged big events. We've all done little small locals, so it was a lot of pressure. It was so scary.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Well,
between the three of us, it was just okay. You're just gonna go. You're gonna walk in and you're just gonna do judging. That's all you're gonna do. You get to the event.
Yeah.
Where's all the table numbers?
Yeah.
Where's all the? Where's this? Where's that?
I was stressing out. I was stressing out so much about those table numbers, and then having to run around with bits of masking tape. It's hard to follow me and number each bit of masking tape.
I remember that.
To people.
Stephen, go back. I think I've miscounted.
No.
So, actually, why did you guys decide to judge? So, going to Usman first, you got top 16 at Euros, so I fully expected you to play, but you decided to apply to be a judge.
You kept that quiet.
I'm sure I did tell you, humble bragging, but
You didn't know? You didn't watch his deck profile on my channel?
I mean, yeah, we totally knew about it.
Yeah.
We always watch your channel.
like you made top 16. So the reason why I decided to be a judge for this event, 2 years ago, more or less the same period, I was fasting as well. And fasting while doing a tournament is really, really hard. I mean, I remember just walking out like 9:30 when the Yu-Gi-Oh event finished back in 2016. I thought, I'm ready to kill people. I looked at one of my friends and says, "Do you have cheese sandwich in your bag?" "Yes." "Give it to me now." It's like, "Oh, it's half eaten." "I don't care. Give it to me." And then one of my friends just drove us down to Pizza Hut. I must have devoured that pizza by myself because I was so quiet for the next 10 minutes. And I thought to myself, never again am I going to do that. So I thought maybe judging would be easier.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. You don't really want to get DQ'd or anything for shouting at your opponent.
No, of course not. It's like or just say to them, you smell really nice like cheese. But yeah, that's what I thought. Like maybe doing a judging event would be really good.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah. And Stephen, what about you?
Well, the reason I chose to judge the event was I actually played for Euros in Manchester, and I didn't finish as well as I wanted to, so I ended up I dropped out of frustration, and looking back on it, I regretted it. As soon as I signed that bit of paper to say that I was dropping out, I instantly regretted it.
Okay.
And I just thought to myself, well, maybe I should try judging for the next thing that comes along. And when I did initially become a judge in the first place, thanks to Craig pressuring me to do it, my goal was literally to judge a big event, and then that would have been me happy. But given the feedback that we've been getting from the players, it's pushing me to actually try and go further.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, yeah, are you gonna sort of concentrate on more judging in the future, or sort of more playing?
See, I'm not sure. I do want to continue playing, but I think I'm going to focus more on the judging aspect.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I think it's always good in the community to have sort of dedicated judges, so you get a bit more consistency, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sort of looking at the prospect of if I apply to doing an event as a judge and I'm not accepted to do so, then I can still go to the event and play it anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can just sort of apply, and if you get judge packs if you're a judge. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
yeah, it's an added bonus to meeting all the players and the tournament organisers, and you just make so many friends and connections.
Yeah. And Craig, what about you?
I became a judge initially because my locals had no one. The shop we was playing at was refusing to get product at first because they was thinking it was another game that wasn't going to sell. So I became a judge as soon as they allowed the people in Europe to become judges, and went down there and said, can we do a little tournament with me being a judge to try promote the game a bit more? Because there was locals in Eastbourne, which is about 20 minutes, half hour away, and we just wondered if we could do an event there, could we get all their players to come over and benefit, like get the rewards from that as well? And yeah, so I did it that way. I started judging locals and just kept enjoying it. And I'm bad. I'm a really bad player, so it's just easier to judge. I still get to be involved in the game, and I don't have time to sit there for deck testing all the time. I work an awful lot. So judging's good. At least I can just sit there watching my videos when I'm at home, learning about the game, learning about interactions, and then play testing with friends, obviously. But
yeah, it's definitely a lot of work to stay competitive, especially with the amount of product they're bringing out.
yeah.
So Craig, you weren't originally the head judge.
No, I was meant to be just a regular floor judge.
So for those who for some reason don't know what happened, what happened? It all went down the night before, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you guys sort of deal with that issue? Or do you want to explain what the issue is in your words?
Well, to be honest, we didn't know anything about it. Me and Stephen are not very active in the social media groups. We love the game, we trade on there when we can, but we're not very active, and we don't really see who's known scammers, and we don't really look at the list that often unless we're doing a proper big trade, which isn't very often.
Yeah.
And then so we sat down in our hotel room, we're scrolling through Facebook, and we've seen that massive post. Now, I'm not going to name drop anyone because I don't want to get myself in trouble just in case. But we've seen
what, you mean
that
Nathan's post?
Yeah, Nathan's post.
Nathan Mills, yeah, it's fine. I'll name drop him. It's not a problem.
Yeah, so we've seen the post and we've read through it, and we're like, but we've been messaging the guy, like, and he seems really nice. Like, what's going on? So me and Stephen both misjudgment of character. We were just taking on board what was being said before we actually met the guy.
Yeah.
Once the guy actually turned up, he was the biggest liar I have ever met in my life. I have never met someone that talks so much crap in my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was bad.
I mean, I've never spoken to him before, so
You were very lucky.
I sort of I stayed quiet throughout the whole thing. I just didn't really want to get involved because I didn't know what was going on.
And that's what I tried to do. I just didn't want to be involved in it. But the guy was coming out with some ridiculous stuff. Like, he's a trainee lawyer but he's not going to university. He's also a football coach, but he's on job seekers allowance.
Oh, sounds like Jay from The In-Betweeners.
That was basically it, and it was just like, what the hell? And then he come out with, I'm not actually a judge. I've not passed my exam. I did the American exam a long time ago. And then we're both like, wait a minute, you're not actually a judge.
Oh, okay.
So we got in contact with Alicia, the person who was running the event for us, and she just said we'd speak about it in the morning. So when we went there first thing in the morning, we went over to her and went, look, we're not comfortable with this guy running the event after the backlash we've had from social media.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, well, I'm busy, so you do what you've got to do. So we discussed it. Usman and Stephen didn't really want to step up, as I had most experience in judging.
We were saying this all the night before, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we just it was on the night when everything was surfacing. You and Stephen messaged me and just says, do you want to come out really quickly? We then had this discussion long beforehand about the person in question saying, if this was the case, who would go for judge? And I said no. Stephen said no. We just looked at you, just went, guess you're doing it, mate.
Yeah, I didn't really get a choice. But I wanted to do it anyway, just to make sure everything went smoothly. And as I said, I've never done anything like that before. It was
and you did really well. You did really well.
It was a mind-blowing experience. I'm a very quiet person, coming from a very quiet life, to then trying to step up and manage 125 players was ridiculous for me.
Yeah. No, you definitely did a really good job. I haven't heard of any bad rulings throughout the whole tournament.
Have.
So, oh, you have.
I have. Yeah, I have. So let's not go down that path, please.
All right. But I mean, it happens at every event. So
yeah.
What's I gonna ask? So, in terms of judge screening or the selection process, did you ever speak with Asmodee about that, or did you get any insight in terms of that?
So, the reason why, unfortunately, we have to talk about the person in question. The reason why he was considered head judge is because he lied on his actual application for judging the events, saying he did 5 years. Was it 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years experience in judging, and
in a 2-year game.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay. And the TOs, they weren't completely aware of how most of the game works,
right?
Just mechanically, and so that's why we had to step in on their behalf. And then once we were telling the TOs, like, this is what it is, this is how it works. You need to have a BCC code to become a judge. In order to become a judge, you got to take the test. It takes about 50 minutes. So you have an allocated 50 minutes and 50 questions, and then you can pass. Then you can
so they just took applications from anyone without having a BCC number? Yeah,
because a few people after the event were asking me, or just saying to me, the guys from the Euros, they weren't. I was shocked that none of them were considered judge initially, because they did a really good job at Euros.
I know some of them definitely applied for it.
Yeah.
Tommy, who was in the chat, I don't know if he's still in the chat. Tommy applied for it, and they said no to him as well.
Yeah, which I'm really shocked, because once all the players came down for singles and teams, I was just looking over thinking, why the hell are you not doing this instead? I was like, oh, I didn't get picked. And I think it was just like a first come, first serve as the more we were talking to it. But what the Greys, to me, an awesome part was at the end of the event, the TOs were so impressed with us. They said, we will be first picks the next time.
Oh, that's nice.
They run an event like this, and then we get to choose our own team, who's going to be judging. So yeah, we'll definitely be tapping shoulders. Hopefully, if Asmodee starts running another event.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's always good to get the community involved with the TOs. So,
yeah.
I think I heard at one point one of you told me you were down 2 judges.
Yes, we was.
Yes.
So originally there were 5 picked then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it
what?
was basically the 5 people that said they was willing to do all 3 days, and that were from the UK were the ones that got selected.
Right. So what happened to this 5th judge? Who? Because I have no idea who. I didn't see anyone else.
He was covering someone at work who has taken off time for long-term sickness.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
although he applied and got accepted, work got the better of him, and he obviously had to step up for life instead.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly
Yeah,
understandable.
and that's what we said
Yeah.
to the guy, like, because the guy was so humble, he was so apologetic, he really did want to be there with us, but
Yeah.
he couldn't.
Because the TOs made a chat between us 5
Yeah.
and herself, and he was a barrel of laughs on the chat. It was just a shame that he didn't make it, but
What was it a really late pullout then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we only heard about it once, probably like 2 days before. the
Okay.
I
event.
heard about it once I got there.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
Okay.
right.
By the way, he did say thank you to all 3 of us. He says he
Yeah, 'cause-
really appreciated it.
I know. We decided to all chip in because he couldn't make it and he was having a hard time, to send him a couple of judge pack seats.
Oh, that's really nice of you guys. But you lost 40% of the team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did the initial head judge actually do any judging? Because
Nope.
he was around, like day 1 he was around, but for singles I did see him around.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
around. He was around. He didn't stick around doing anything good. If anything, he was just like being an idiot.
Right.
Because Asmodee needed to look into it, they couldn't just go off of hearsay. They really needed to find a reason, and
Yes.
a valid reason.
Yeah.
They gave him an admin basically, so he was running the pairings, because we didn't even have a computer to do pairings in front of us.
Yeah.
Pairings was in a completely another hall, so
Oh.
he was getting him to run the slips to and from. And
then they
just
oh, sorry. Go on.
yeah, I was going to say just little things like that. So he weren't, but he started trying to do deck checks, and I had to stop him there because I didn't want him touching players' cards.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
There was that, plus after round 1, there was a bit of a delay because the system crashed.
Yes, I
But
was going to
look-
ask about that one.
Yeah, the system crashed. Long story short, but the guy, I think you saw him in the shorts. He was a trooper. If he wasn't there, he would have. I don't think we would have had an event. I think he would have seen all 3 of us crying in the corner, saying, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, he's a judge for X-Wing, but he come over on his day off and helped us out, and it was just amazing.
Oh, right, yeah. So I think it was in the second day when we were getting deck checks.
Yeah.
So it was it was guys from Warhammer. They came over and helped.
Yeah.
Because the head's TO pretty much came over and apologized to us how everything was done this way. We could tell he was genuinely sorry, and he was very apologetic towards us. So he
Was
pretty much
he
made-
from Asmodee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the events organizer and manager.
So I can understand him having a really hard time trying to manage 3 halls worth of stuff,
Hmm.
and this managed to slip through the cracks from in his eyes. So he made it up to us saying, "Okay, you're gonna have to have people in the morning," and then during that time between the 3 of us, we just said we're just gonna have to organize in such a way. Once we roll in tomorrow, we're gonna come in really early. We're gonna have everything set up. We're gonna have deck checks. Look through the deck lists, get all the players organised, get the prize of 4 sorted, so at least that way, because initially was it going to be 3 rounds for Team Wars?
I was told it was going to be 3 to 5.
Yeah, that's what we was given, and we
Just said
weren't.
no.
We was like, no. With how bad the Friday went with only having 4 rounds.
Yeah.
We was like, no, we're not doing that again. We are not having everyone go mental and everyone bubble just because of pure luck.
Yeah.
It wasn't fair. Friday just was not fair on the players at all. But we done what we was told. we didn't know we had the power to say, well, actually, no, they want more rounds. We're giving them more rounds.
Yeah.
We just turned up and was like, yeah, this is what we're told. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, for Friday, I mean, it started really late. So was that due to all the?
Due to us turning up to a hall with just tables and chairs. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a while for Peter to get set up for the stream as well. I remember.
Yeah.
Because we got there and he was sat there eating a Subway. And we're like, why aren't you set up? It's like, no one's here.
And we came around. It's like no one's here.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Day 2 was fantastic. Really was. And
I really want to play that team format as well. It looks so much fun.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we get more of that.
It was really good. I remember I was because I just picked up my deck the night before, and I was just sat there just nudging my teammates like, what do I charge?
What were you gonna play initially?
We were. I was gonna play Super Shenron, but then that's
not today.
Not ever.
Yeah.
So, no, we weren't very prepared for that, but it really was great fun, and I thought 5 rounds was a really good number of rounds to have.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have done any better realistically on the Friday because of all the issues, and because I think I was interviewing the top 16, and I think it was Remco because he got there really early as well.
He did, yeah.
And I was like, so you've been here for 9 hours and you've played 4 rounds.
Oh, I don't. I felt it was so bad.
Remco was so sweet to us.
I know, he was amazing.
I did like his deck a lot.
Yeah. And so yeah, well, I mean, what were your best memories from the weekend?
Probably
do you
more
remember
after the
anything?
event.
Like, have you sort of blanked it out now?
It's not.
It was.
Go on.
I was going to say it was for me probably more after the day finished, and we all got back to the hotel. We met up with the streamers. We all went out for a walk around Birmingham, and that was more of the better time because while I was in that hall, I was just stressing. I was just trying so hard to keep my cool and make sure everyone was okay, but inside I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I remember seeing Stephen on the first day, just while we were getting registered in, and you were just so busy. You were just running around, and I was like, this guy. Don't even joke to this guy. He's gonna snap my head off. So yeah. Yeah. What about you, Stephen Usman?
Go on, Steve. I'll let you go first. You haven't said anything in a while. Is he even there?
Is he? Is he? Let me check the chat. He's no, he's not here. Oh, he's
Right.
back in.
Oh, there we go.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh my god, I have been muted for so long. There's so much stuff I've been trying to say, and it's
Right.
like,
What?
why are you talking over me?
Do you want to start this
Yeah,
one?
we just realised you were here. So what were you gonna say?
Well, when you said that you seen me running around the event and thought that I was going to be someone that would stab you if you joked at me, I was just literally turned around and said, don't worry, I'm not that I'm not that mean in person. And then I heard you guys laugh and I was like, oh, well, they must have heard me. Maybe I am not on mute. But yeah, I was going to say, Osman, if you want to go first and then I can go after you.
Oh, okay, cool. I think the most memorable part was definitely, well, after all the storm had settled on Friday, pretty much from there, that's what I enjoyed the most. Granted, I think I can safely speak for all 3 of us. We must have had about like 8 hours sleep across like 4 days.
Yeah.
That.
Wow.
Yeah, just because we wanted to just do really well for everyone.
I think, what was it, on the Friday night, me and Craig must have slept for about 2.5 hours, and then on the Saturday night before teams, we slept for about 3.
Yeah.
And then going into Sunday, I think maybe about 5 hours at most.
Oh, I just remember Sunday. I just woke up thinking I had somewhat of a decent sleep. It was messaging.
Yeah, like I messaged you in the morning to say, Usman, are you ready yet? We're standing outside waiting for you, and you're like, yeah, I just got out the shower.
Yeah. It's like...
We was demoing the Dragon Ball Super card game on the Sunday for Asmodi. So
Okay.
they said to us, oh, you can come in a bit later if you want, like coming at 10, and we were still late.
Did they have any Power Booster events on in the end?
No.
We couldn't find the product, I believe.
Oh.
They're still missing.
Oh yeah, no, I heard about that. You didn't have boxes because
To do an event with, yeah.
I heard there was a supplier there was a shop from London there, and he was approached by Asmodee to buy his boxes that they had obviously previously supplied him with.
Yeah. So at least on their front, they attempted to try and salvage it.
Yeah.
I mean, they did come up to us with, I think it was special packs. You know, the ones that got the promo and some boosters inside.
Oh yeah.
To see if that could be a way to do it. But like we've been saying to people that have been coming up to us, that, you know, drop the email that we'd been giving them to get all the stuff sent out to them.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And so yeah, how did the demoing go actually?
Me and Craig got really competitive.
we was teaching a couple, and we was both determined to make our person we was teaching win.
So I was playing the narrative game with the other guy, trying to learn. It's like, okay, if anyone does ask, make sure this is the rules. I look over, it's just like, no, you can't do that. You have to play it like this.
It was good fun though, but we did only have one couple approach us. It was the Sunday, and we did get there quite late.
What made it difficult as well is the demo decks that they gave us were the Shenron's Advent, so it's with the wish mechanics. It's not an easy thing to teach new players.
Yeah. I've actually with my friend we've made some sort of bespoke demo decks. So we've got a couple of evolve cards. We've got one overwhelm in there, and just teach some mechanics.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's a deck that will give you multiple different mechanics in that one demo deck. So you get to know the gist of the majority of the gameplay scenarios.
Yeah, but with Wish, you've got 7 Dragon Balls in there straight away.
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Deck thinness, deck winning.
Yeah, I mean, we after the couples had left, we were just thinking, what do we do now? And then one of the TOs just pretty much said, do you know what? Just go have fun. You guys worked hard enough. Just go. I was like, all right, cool.
The whole time that we were at the Games Expo, we had a total of 20 minutes over the entire weekend to explore, and that was on the Sunday before break. That's all we got.
Which is a shame, because it's like, it seems really cool. I'm into board games. Well, I'm starting to get into board games due to a few of my friends trying to get me into it. And it's a lot of fun, and I can see why there's a lot of passion behind these kind of events that are going on in the first place. It just seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, nice. And hopefully it will be a yearly thing. But I think it was when you told me it was initially booked for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes, so it was meant to be for a Yu-Gi-Oh event, however something happened, and Asmodee had about a couple, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, give or take, to organize it all, which is why it was handled the way how it was.
Right.
Once that was mentioned to us, I can understand as to why it was like this in the first place.
Yeah.
So it must be stressful for them to have that small window for them while you're running a bigger event, which is your main flagship, and then suddenly, oh crap, Dragon Ball, that's a thing. Throw there.
So this was this was Asmodee proposing
Yes.
it then.
Yes.
Okay,
Where they had
that's
such a
nice.
short time frame to get everything organised that it seemed a little bit rushed in a way, which is
Yeah.
probably why some things got missed.
Why tournament participation and prizing
Yeah.
was a little short.
I mean, when we arrived, everything was on a pallet.
Yeah. Wasn't even
Yeah.
boxes. Did even have labels, did they? No, they did.
No,
have
no,
labels.
we had to open the boxes to find out what was in most of them,
Oh god, yeah.
and then not finding the participation mats until like the 4th round.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the 4th round. I think it was the second or third, wasn't
it was
it?
the second or third round, because after that, that was when the X-Wing judge was trying to look.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Chris,
Good old
was,
Seb.
He was with the person in question, and then
Yep.
bumped into the head TO, and then that kicked off, and then he lied to the head TO about him being a judge. Oh, it was so brutal.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Just gonna look through some questions from the chat.
Go on.
Can you ask Craig if he was able to grab any more mats? I have no idea what that means. This is from Luke, so
No.
no.
We got
No,
given.
Luke.
We was only given one mat each as judges because there was no specific judge mats. They said to us we
Oh,
can
right.
go over and look.
Yeah.
So Luke was really curious to see if we got more than what the streamers got.
I
Wasn't,
wish that was the case.
wasn't there supposed to be a judge mat?
No.
There was, but we didn't get. Well, actually, no, I don't think there was actually.
I
No,
don't
There wasn't
think
on the
there was
website.
actually mention of one at all. So I mean,
I think
Yeah.
it was in our own heads, like, oh, maybe if after we do this, we'll get judge mats. It's just like, and you just end up looking around.
Well,
There was none at all.
The judges from Euro showed me their mat, so I was like, I've got to get a mat, surely.
The Janemba one.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, it's a really nice mat.
I
It's
would
a
have
very
thought they
nice
would have
mat.
had some left over from that.
Oh, no. I think it's because this was done by Asmodee rather than Bandai.
Yeah,
Well,
possibly.
Yeah.
Tournament Centre. It was Tournament Centre that done
Sorry, yeah.
the Manchester event.
Yeah, no, there's no mention of it on the website. Just looking at just the judge
Just
packs,
packs.
fours and fives. Yeah, and let me see. Tommy's asked, has anyone spoken to you about level 2 judges?
No.
Well, we found out about it straight after we'd finished the event. And I mean, I had a look on the day and I've not seen anything.
nothing.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I know that I haven't been contacted.
Yeah,
as well.
I've not been contacted for it.
Okay, all right.
I'm just curious to see who actually has got it then.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm really curious as well. I mean, we know that Tommy's got it.
Yeah.
But we don't know who the other two are.
Oh, so there's just 3 in total.
That's what we
From-
got told anyway.
That's what, yeah, from what we've seen, there has only been 3 people picked.
That's not enough.
We don't want too many head judges now, do we?
No, you don't. But I mean, 3 for the whole of Europe.
Yeah,
It's
it does seem. It seems a bit on the lower side of things, to be honest.
it's
Let's-
okay if all these people are unemployed and they can put all their time into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I did when I wasn't working.
Do you think they should have handled sign up differently? I'm not really sure what that means. Tommy, can you elaborate on that question, please? We've got one from Phil, who he was top 16 at singles. So
Oh, I
congratulations,
remember.
Phil.
Phil.
I remember Phil.
Do you know when the judge program will be reopened?
No, we haven't been
No.
told anything.
As far as I know about as much as everyone else on that by going what's on the BCC judge program, that it's closed until further notice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't realise it was closed until after when I came back home and saw all my local lot. Because I wanted them to say, take the judge exam. So then, when the next event comes around, I can pick you guys to come over and help and go for the same heartache as we all three of us did. Hooray!
Or you can be head judge without taking the judge exam.
I don't
Oh,
want to do that.
that was a big slap in the face when we got that news. Absolute slap into the face.
It's just, I
So,
can't believe that happened.
I think
Sorry.
well, Tommy has elaborated on his question, and I think it's self-explanatory. He meant for judge sign-ups. Do you think they should have handled them differently?
Yes,
Yes.
they definitely should have.
I think that the people that had applied for the judge and they felt that they were going to accept should have looked into it further about BCC IDs as a main thing.
Yeah.
You use Cardus, don't they? And then you have points on your judge things, don't you?
Well, you're meant
Yes.
to, but I've been doing this for ages and I've not received a single point. So
Same. I ain't got no points as well on mine.
I think
think
your shop will need to submit reports, which
I've been
I
doing
don't.
that as well.
which I was going to say, I've been submitting reports and my shop has, so
Oh,
I
Yeah.
just
okay.
haven't received any.
Unless you're a
Well,
grab judge.
I admit I've had I've had quite a bit of time off because of starting a new job and haven't really been putting much effort into it. So that's what I mean. To go to Birmingham after not really playing for a little while was just insane.
Hmm. Well, yeah. Apparently, points are set at 0 according to Tommy. So, but yeah, do you guys have anything to add?
I mean, I just
You go on.
I was just going to say that I wanted to thank all the players for their patience and understanding from what happened with the event. I mean, the event wouldn't have happened without all of you guys, and it's who we done it all for.
It's obviously the Dragon Ball Super card game. It's still new. It doesn't have much interest at the moment, and we don't want it dying. We all love the game. We all love Dragon Ball, so that's why we did it.
Oh, I'm gonna go all teary now.
I want to know what you had said to the Bandai representative.
Oh,
Well.
can you talk about it?
Are you allowed to? If you're not allowed to, by all means.
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine.
I can definitely talk about what I said to him. Well,
Why
I mean,
don't you like UK?
I did. I
About
kind of.
Europe.
I basically outright said to him, sometimes it feels like Europe is an afterthought. Because I think that's mainly because in North America they get the set first. So
Yes.
if there are any broken cards or decks, they'll obviously they'll address it because of what happens in North America, and then we feel the repercussions as well. But we might not even have had the format yet.
Yeah. I
So
totally
take
agree.
Super Shenron for example. We've not had a single big event with Super Shenron. And also for previous ones, we never had that dominant Super Saiyan 3 format.
No.
I think we had Mecha format for a bit.
A bit, yeah.
We never had. Did we ever have full? No, we never had full power Storm, did we? Like,
No, not
like
really.
as in 4 flute Storm.
No.
Oh yeah, that was banned. No, it was
Yeah.
limited. on
Limited.
That was
limited.
limited.
To one.
Yeah. So there's a few things that we haven't had. I spoke to him about pricing as well, and also so I think my personal view about the pricing is that the issue is we keep comparing it to North
America.
American nationals, and I think that was just a one-off because they complained so much. Bandai gave them amazing price support, but then when you look at what Latin American nationals have, what the French nationals had, what the Australian nationals had, it's none of that was comparable with what they got in the States.
Yeah.
So So yeah, that I mean, I think I don't know what they're going to do. I've actually sent them an email already, so they haven't quite replied yet. I suspect right now they're dealing with a lot of complaints from North America as well.
Yeah.
And also, I spoke to them about the stock issues. They,
Oh yeah.
it's difficult. I mean, the issue is that bad weather really can affect it. Because we, as card game players, we need to understand that they're literally shipping this stuff across the world.
Yeah.
And the ship has to stop at various ports. And then there will be delays if there is bad weather. And also, when it comes to printing more product, they can't just flip a switch and print more product, because they need to contact the people who supply them with the materials. They need to contact the factories where they print at. And logistically, it just doesn't really work like that. So
Yeah, it's not as simple as people think it is. There is a long process behind the whole lot. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we all pretty much joke to the idea as like, oh, bad weather, why, just here in the UK. But I mean, I think it's more of, if you look at how they handle the responses to ban lists, they're very in depth and have a lot more analysis but input into it, saying we're going to ban this card because of this actions, because shitty players will do these kind of things. But then when it comes to their own personal stock, it's like, bad weather, that is all, mic drop, walk away.
no, it just doesn't it doesn't sit well with the players for them to say something like that. But
I think like a lot of the upset, like Osman's saying, is that it comes from too little information. You know, like where they have said because of bad weather, and then as he says, mic drop, walk out. A little bit more detail wouldn't really go amiss. You know, just saying, well,
I've asked them for that. I said, I know it's probably not very interesting, but if you could give me a bit of detail on the actual delivery process, then I can just tell everyone, like, look, these are the specific steps that need to happen before product gets shipped. and then I think if people actually understand what's going on, then they won't complain as much. But there will always be complaints, because we are salty card game players.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is, it is frustrating sometimes that we do have delays, but it can't be helped a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That I can understand, yeah. But I think when you have little to no information, I don't know about you guys, but I get frustrated very badly.
Oh no, I completely agree with you there. It can be frustrating not having a lot of information, but then you're in a position where there's not really a lot that you can do. Complaining about it's not going to make things happen quicker.
Of course.
Yeah, Nathan.
I agree with you.
Nathan's in the chat, by the way. So
Hi, Nathan.
he was just saying that if everyone complained en masse, we might get better pricing.
We can try.
The game's got to develop more to get better pricing. At least that's how I feel.
I mean, I think for this event, because of the time that Asmodee had to sort it all out, it just wasn't possible for this event. Because, I mean, I guess this wasn't even a planned event.
No. I would have asked as well. I mean, now that I've thought about it now, what would it take for Bandai to state in Euros in general, this is a developed game, okay, we need to take this market a bit more seriously now?
I don't know if you guys saw my post yesterday or so, because on the same day, on the same weekend that we had the Games Expo, Card Market ran a tournament in Paris, and so this was for the French format, which we all assumed was tiny, but for singles they had 210 players.
That's huge.
And for teams they had 62 teams, so they almost doubled our numbers.
Could you imagine how stressed we'd be with those numbers, guys?
3 judges.
Go home, all of you.
I like a challenge, don't get me wrong, but you know, I like to be able to complete my challenges.
reasonably.
So
I'd say
I'm just
3 rounds,
gonna.
that's it.
So it was. I've got some of the pricing info here in front of me as well. So it's €25 for entry. So it's similar, comparable. So all players will receive a welcome kit containing one long box with goodies inside, useful for storing, so just a box. One pack of Dragon Shield sleeves, one deck box from Ultimate Guard, one Ultra Pro notepad, one card market die, one card market pen, one voucher for a free Red Bull, one participation playmat, and 3 promotional pack volume 4.
What?
I was reading all that on my way from work today because one of my friends posted it on Facebook. I thought that's fantastic. How the hell?
Yeah. And then first place is Champion Trophy, €200 card market coupon, Ultra Guard Archive 400 plus, 15 promo packs, top 50% playmat, one pack of the Gogeta sleeves, a top loader, the freezer deck case, the champion playmat, invite to French championships, and a buy as well.
That's really good. That's really good.
So who's coming to France with me for the next event?
You need to buy a French deck.
Yeah, you'll need to buy a French deck and probably learn French as well.
I mean, I study French at school a little bit. I might have enough knowledge to get by.
I mean, I got a D in French in GCSE. Would that count?
Yeah, but yeah. So
how
that
do you
was.
say scoop in French?
How do you say what?
How do you say scoop in French?
No idea.
I don't know.
I'm
So
gonna do fromage. There we go. Thank you, Dexter. Sorry, go on.
yeah. So John said. So John from LPG, he's in the chat as well now. Having a voice heard so they know things aren't going right or doing something to inform the players. Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm trying to do with Bandai. Hopefully we can open some sort of channel of communication. I was told that they are planning more large scale events in Europe, not just in the UK.
That's cool.
So yeah, and Phil has said maybe Bandai needs a community manager that listens to customer feedback and player experience, but everything costs money. I've basically told them I'll do it for free.
Oh,
So
no.
if
Might be
they,
done.
well, yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean I see most of the complaints anyway.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
They want to
I
turn
mean
it to you.
the complaints sort of come through Nathan, don't they? But no, it's helpful. Hopefully we can open just a channel of communication and it would be better. Yeah, so that's that's what I spoke to Bandai about. Happy? Anything else I should add for them?
I mean,
Make sure you've got more judges for your events.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you had 5.
Well,
You should have had 5.
True. So long as I see the game grow, I'm super happy with the idea of that happening. Because even at my locals, people are like slowly warming up to the idea. Even people who haven't even watched the anime.
So the idea of what?
Playing Dragon Ball.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, because they recognise if you played other card games before, then chances are you know half the mechanics of Dragon Ball already.
Yeah. And Nathan saying we should stop the language barrier so everyone should be able to play together. Yeah,
Yes.
I think
I agree with that.
I agree with that a lot.
I was speaking to someone at Card Market yesterday, I think, and yeah, I think they want that to happen as well. The only issue is possibly that the print is different, so you would definitely have to have the whole deck in a single language.
That's fine. That I don't particularly mind. But
Yeah, it's just that if we end up having more, like if we end up being a set ahead of France, then
yeah,
they'll be at a disadvantage.
of course.
But yeah, I mean the French have their own. They have their own events anyway.
Hopefully one day they will catch up, and then we can all play.
I think this week the weekend just gone. I think we were the same actually, because we've got the expansion sets now.
Yes.
Well today, but
I've got mine ordered.
yeah. But I think that they've had set 6 already, so I think we were at the same place. Is the print different? I don't know if the print is actually different.
Have you seen the Broly SPR on their website? Looks so much more nicer than our SPRs.
I have to admit as well, the secret rare from Miraculous Revival, the Gogeta, in Italian, or it might be the French, it's rainbow.
I know they have have different foiling.
Yeah, and some
So-
of their foiling is really nice.
If the card is in the sleeve, I guess it shouldn't make a difference. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of really. They do say in the French tournaments that all cards must be, only French cards may be used at this event. So yeah.
One day.
So 9th to 16th was Supreme UX sleeves. Don't know what it is. 5 packs, top 50% playmat, Gogeta sleeves and top loader. So that's not too different to what we received.
Yeah.
So they got some extra sleeves, basically. So I think that's just card market adding stuff on top. So, yeah. If card market does anything for the English game, then hopefully it will mean better prizes for us.
Definitely.
It's something that would be nice to see going forward with the tournaments.
But yeah, that's basically my update for Bandai. I'm gonna have to add this to the description now. It's not just that; it's what I talked. I wasn't even gonna make a video about that, but yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, you guys have anything else to add? I think we've gone almost an hour now, so.
Not really. Just we'll see you all at London Players Guild. Well, me and Stephen will, and I'm pretty sure Usman's coming as well.
I'm coming.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Because otherwise we were going to force you to come.
Yeah, defo. Well, I want to try and see if I can push the idea of running an event at Seokon.
Yeah,
That'd be
we were
really
talking
good.
about this earlier, weren't we?
That's
Yeah.
soon, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
September?
Seokon is in Seokon's in September, and me and Osman were sort of discussing with each other if we can try and push for a Dragon Ball event there, because Seokon is all about Dragon Ball. It's the perfect place to have a Dragon Ball tournament.
It's
And
in Milton Keynes, right?
Yes,
yeah,
it's Milton Keynes.
Keynes, which is
I'll happily go there.
Yeah, it's not difficult to get to either.
I'll
get a
I'll
drink
see
there.
if I can speak to anyone about that, because I guess the shop I go to most often regularly for tournaments would be Milton Keynes. So
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So it's
apparently
very
Liam
local.
is talking to Seokon about it. They've exchanged
Oh.
emails.
Oh, have they? Oh, well done, man. But yeah, I want to see if that works, and then we get another big event. Especially if it's all just pure Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I'll get Whis to sign.
Yeah, it would be good. I think we can possibly get some new players as well if we run something there.
yeah, exactly.
Or like at least like demo events. So that'd be good.
That too.
Yep.
And I'm going in full cosplay.
Right. So I think we'll wrap that up here.
Thank you so much for asking us to come on.
I know it's a
Yeah,
pleasure. Thank you for
it's been
coming
great.
on.
Sorry we started 2 hours late, just like
Again.
the event, but
That's becoming a habit now, isn't it?
yeah.
We're gonna have to try and break that bad habit, aren't we?
So yeah, that's it, guys. Leave any other questions in the comments. I think this should go up as a regular video after this anyway. And yeah, we're just gonna sign off now. So thanks for watching. Please leave a like and sub for more content. And I will see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll see you at the next event, hopefully.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.